Hello everybody, Shrouded Hand here. So yeah, I'm working on a new video and the research for it is depressing me so much that I thought I'd do a little palate cleanser and look at some weird news stories. They're always slightly more light-hearted and a bit more cheerful than my regular content. And speaking of light-hearted and fun, faith healer hammered nail into pregnant woman's head so she'd have a baby boy. Okay, here we go, look. Right in the top of the head. Pakistani officials are hunting a sorcerer who apparently hammered a nail into the head of a pregnant woman, narrowly missing her brain. The faith healer's bizarre actions appear to have been part of an effort to guarantee the mother had a baby boy. The woman arrived at hospital in the northwestern city of Peshawar after trying to extract a nail herself with pliers. She was fully conscious but in immense pain. And I don't know if I can show the picture of the nail in her head, so I'll have to put a link down below for you to go and look at it yourself. That's the end of that story. What I was hoping was that it would end with whether or not the woman had the baby and what sex the baby was. Because the thing is, it doesn't tell you whether this actually worked or not, does it? Family creeped out and scared after sinister clown painting appears in garden. The family had been left frightened and unsettled after a concrete slab featuring a creepy painting of a clown appeared in their back garden. It's weird, isn't it? Look at that face. It's like holding a candle. The sinister artwork shows a clown holding a candle on one side and is inscribed with a Bible passage on the other. It mysteriously appeared in the Belfast family's back garden last week. With no idea where it came from, who put it in their garden, or what it means, the family has been left disturbed. When my wife and I left for work in the morning as normal, it wasn't there, but when she got home with our two daughters in the mid-afternoon, she looked out the window and noticed it. Someone would have had to have come through the gate and down the steps to place it there and deliberately place it so it was facing the window so we would see it. Already unsettled by the painting, things only got worse when Mark lifted the slab up to discover an inscription on the back. It read, "Let your light shine, Matthew 5:16. This verse refers to glorifying your Father in heaven and is often quoted by Christians to encourage kindness and pride in their faith. Well, that seems quite unsinister. Some speculated the painting could be a sinister tactic used by burglars to mark houses. It doesn't make any sense. Why would a burglar paint this? We ended up throwing it in the bin. Oh, well, they could have kept that and sold it. London Posties stagger around after accidentally eating a load of hash brownies.
Is that 4?
I've seen better footage of this on Instagram. Let's see if I can find it on, probably on YouTube, innit? Let's have a look. Here we go.
Dude, you're high. You're just really high. You're right, Ian. Ian, let me take you through it. Just about. You don't sound good.
I'm not like that. No,
Yeah. Is he allowed 2?
He had 2 of them.
Oh my god.
Four.
Is that 4?
Four brownies.
I think it's weed.
The package of the brownie really obviously looks like they're pot brownies, so I guess these postmen were just naive. From what I heard, the story was that the brownies were delivered to an empty address and nobody came to collect them, so they thought, oh, we'll just eat them. A colleague wrote, "Today almost all the posties in Clapham accidentally ate hash brownies and I had to pick them up one by one because they were so high." One guy said he was walking to a door and thought he was walking forever. Oh, here we go. Yeah, look at this. Dank bakery with a pot leaf on the thing, and they ate them thinking they were just normal brownies. Thing is, I didn't even know postmen did this. Like, if you don't come and collect your parcel in time, they can just open them up and eat the contents. Royal Mail didn't see the funny side and are considering disciplinary action. Well, I guess they weren't allowed to open them and just eat. Well, there you go.
Help yourself to one piece of undeliverable mail.
Here we go. Here's the stuff we've come for. Moment haunted doll blinks as scared viewers claim it's a worst nightmare. It's got spooky TikTok music over it, which means it's definitely true. It's not even blinking, is it? It's kind of... Oh! Don't look at me, please. And I can't see any obvious strings there, but I don't know. It's just anything. Whenever it's on TikTok, it just immediately makes me think, really? British artist Sol Morey shows the old-fashioned doll, who she named Maribel, wearing a green satin dress and bonnet. Well, make of it what you will. A man begs mystery tormentor to stop throwing pepper with "I hate you" on it down chimney. A tormented Pittsburgh local has resorted to putting up flyers begging his perpetrator to stop throwing peppers with "I hate you" carved on them down his chimney every evening. Who does it? Every evening a pepper falls down the chimney. I have a one-of-a-kind relationship with Christ. He has harmed people for me. He can find you in any town, and I suggest you end your campaign. What it reminds me of, someone was putting these posters around. This guy won't stop trolling his neighbourhood with fake posters and people can't stop laughing. Yeah, I reckon this is a prank, honestly. Look how similar like the whole like layout of it is to this prank. The writing across the top, the phone number at the bottom. It's very similar, isn't it? Yeah, this I'm calling this as a troll. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's a silly story. I'm calling it now. I'm shattering your illusions. Okay, let's see what else we've got. I work with an annoyed ghost that throws dog toys around my shop. I'm terrified. Okay, let's have a look. Oh my god, do you see that? It threw it right across the room. That was undeniable. That was undeniable ghost evidence right there. Did you see that? It just threw it. It just threw it. Oh my, that haphazardly stacked shelf of things. A ghost threw something off there. Do you see that? Undeniable. She called in ghost hunters to investigate the incident and was told an annoyed male was haunting the place. So this is Purdy's Pet Shop in Coventry. She held a seance following a series of unexplained incidents. The eerie footage shows toys being flung from a shelf, not just falling off the shelf, flung from the shelf. I saw it with my own eyes. She had been running the pet shop for more than 2 years. She says that customers started to complain that they were being tugged and animals would freak out. A nice bit of advertising for Purdy's Pet Shop in Coventry if you want to go there and get tugged by a ghost. Most haunted pub barmaid left open-mouthed as ghost shatters glass. Let's have a look at this. Liz Alcock was chatting to a punter when the Guinness pint glass shot out of a low-down shelf and smashed into tiny shards mid-air. Now, I'll be honest, once again, I'm going to be slightly sceptical here. I've worked in quite a number of pubs over the years, and I've seen this happen before. I don't know whether the glasses are just getting weakened by constantly being used and washed and used and washed and used all day long. I don't know whether that creates like little micro fractures in the glass themselves, but what usually happens is they go into a dishwasher and they come out and they're really hot, and then they get put on the shelf, and I've seen glasses spontaneously just shatter after coming out of the dishwasher like that. I've witnessed this phenomena with my own eyes, and it was actually in a haunted pub as well. It could have been a ghost, I guess. I'm just saying I've seen this exact sort of thing happen, and I'm guessing people who've worked in pubs have seen it happen to themselves. So I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying. I'm going to end with this story because a few people have sent me this. Thanks to the people who shared this with me. 2 men take corpse into Irish post office to claim the dead man's pension. It's given me real Father Ted vibes, this. 2 men carried a dead body into an Irish post office in an attempt to claim his pension. The outlandish series of events began when one of the men entered the post office at about 11:30 AM on Friday, asking to collect a pension payment for an older man. He was refused, with the staff informing him that the pensioner would have to be present in order for the money to be handed over. The man returned soon after with 2 other men, one of whom was in his 60s and appeared to be supported by the 2 others. The way it's written down, it's so comedic. No cash was handed over and the 2 men fled the scene, abandoning the man's body, after a woman who became suspicious raised the alarm with a staff member. A woman living beside the post office said her daughter saw the 2 men carrying the deceased man into the building. She was leaving my house at the time and said the man looked unwell as his feet were dragging along the ground. They propped up the man, wearing a woolly jumper over his face and a hat on his head. It's not that funny, is it? I mean, the man died, but it's just the image it conjures up in my mind is comedic. Anyway, thanks to people who sent me that story, and I'm going to end it with that because it seems like a good place to end the video. Stay tuned for the new video, out very soon. yeah, it's just one of them stories that just it's a bit crushing trying to research it, and yeah, it's taken me a long time just because it's like, oh god. Anyway, that should be exciting. So until next time, goodbye.